Thank you, Mr. Speaker. Recently, a member of the House put up a post on social media questioning my patriotism and my support of veterans. But here's what that member has attacked. I've written about why I take a knee during the national anthem. I do it to support Black Lives Matter, to highlight the racial injustice in America today.
House will be in order.
I do it to support our soldiers who are under attack from our own government that is complicit with Russia taking a bounty on our soldiers' heads. I do it because countless people are dying to a botched response to a global pandemic. I kneel because our fallen soldiers are not losers or suckers. America is in crisis right now, and I acknowledge that fact.
Okay, he objects to him.
My grandfather was a military correspondent during World War I.
The member will suspend. You are speaking out of unanimous consent. The member from Londonderry has removed his consent. It'll now go to a vote of the body whether you continue or not. On the floor, the member will now, without further interruption, finish their
Thank you,
consent.
Mr. Speaker. My grandfather was a military correspondent during World War I and was a Purple Heart recipient. He received the medal after being in the hospital for months following a mustard gas attack. My French grandmother was his nurse. My father was a Marine. He came back from the war with severe PTSD, which ultimately resulted in one night of him putting my mother, my 3 sisters, and I in a car, and then trying to kill us all by driving off the road. When that didn't work, he then threatened to kill us all with his gun. If he couldn't be happy, he didn't want us to be happy. I have no memories of this because at the time, I was a newborn. My stepfather was a tail gunner in the Navy, and he also came back with PTSD because after all, the tail gunner is who you take out first during an air fight. He was shot at too many times to count. My stepfather could not get back on a plane after the war. He couldn't even eat rice without flashbacks. He drank. At times, he was violent. I grew up with the effects of war and damaged veterans on my family and my life. I know of another veteran, an Army officer who doesn't like to talk about his experiences, but he's told me a few things. Like when he jumped out of a plane, he watched the soldier who went before him get tangled in the ropes. She jumped out, but her arm stayed in the plane. The vet I know had to jump next. He is still getting counseling for that one. During his time on base, something happened and this officer received permanent lung and heart damage. You cannot be a soldier with those conditions, and so he was discharged from the Army with a full disability. That vet is my son. He is 25 years old. I am the Army mother of a fully disabled veteran. My son has sacrificed for this country. My family has sacrificed. When the member from this House publicly called me out and said that I had no respect for vets, I sent a copy of the original AP photo taken of me taking a knee to my son and asked if he was upset or if he felt in any way disrespected because of it. Mom, he said, I was in the Army in order to protect your rights, including freedom of speech and peaceful protest. I'm not upset with you, he told me. In fact, I'm proud of you. I want you to know that this little grotesque stunt of publicly accusing me of disrespecting our vets, it has only resulted in the infusion of my spine with titanium. While some people show their support for veterans by basically attacking the mother of a disabled vet, this Army mom will continue to support our veterans by finding the resources and the services they need to become whole again. I will continue to honor the service of my grandfather, my father, my stepfather, and my son by exercising the rights they have all fought to protect. Thank you, Mr. Speaker.
Okay.